Ladies and gentlemen, 11 days ago, I went all in on Gala Games and Web3 gaming. In this video, I'm going to be detailing probably the biggest move in my career and what this is going to mean for pretty much everybody on this channel. So I hope you'll enjoy this video. This is Classy Games. My name's Classy. If you like the content, as always, like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. So if you didn't know, I actually had another channel for quite some time. This channel's name was Classy Crypto, and as the time of this writing, it was somewhere around, I think, 31,000, 32,000 subscribers at all-time high. Of course, now 30,000 after I made this video. But the TLDR is I am closing that channel. I'm not going to be uploading on Classic Crypto anymore. I'm not going to be giving more of that crazy speculative jargon that people have been oh so seeking. And instead, I'm going all in on this channel. I'm literally going all in on Classy Games. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but the quality of videos has significantly improved over the past couple of days. I'm actually onboarding a different strategy for my videos where they're pretty much going to be ranking long-term, but they don't get the most views short-term. I think this is a good strategy, and it's been working pretty well. You know, I mean, Spider Tank's video started at, I think, what, like 400 views now. It's at 4,000. So definitely a good indicator for that. So you're probably asking why I would make such a drastic change and abandon a change with a channel with 90,000 followers on it and 30,000 subscribers, by far the biggest in the ecosystem. And the answer is, I think people really miscalculate why content creators make the content that they do. The truth is, a majority of content creators are really just driven by passion. And when the passion wanes and when the passion drives you in a different path, sometimes it's best to just kind of go that way. And for the longest of time, I'm talking about since probably 2021 when Spider Tanks was announced, I've been just wanting to make gaming videos. I've been wanting to make Web3 gaming videos. I had experiences in normal gaming that isn't blockchain enabled where, you know, I missed out on a lot. You know, I spent a lot of time on these games. And I feel like, you know, while people are going to argue that, you know, the whole play to earn and the crypto gaming and the blah, 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 there's so many different terms for this thing at this point. It's just like blockchain games. It has a blockchain on it. It's enabled by it. But at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? I humbly believe that Gala Games is at the forefront of this entire industry. And no, I don't own 3 quadrillion Gala tokens, but I sure as hell do have a lot of faith in this ecosystem. And I'm going to be touching base on all this in this video, of course. But the reason is, like, people don't understand the magnitude of it's going to be like a seismic change in our industry. And it's already happening. I mean, I could go through some of the things here, you know. By the way, if you haven't already, go claim your free Gala NFT, links.gala.com/get-morgan. I went ahead and got a free NFT for y'all. And, you know, there's a lot of things to talk about here. The first thing I want to show here is NFT pricing. NFT pricing was a big thing that I had a concern about in the Gala Games ecosystem. And I think it's due time we talk about it. You know, this is from an AMA that I held. And let's see what Bitbender thinks.
And it's, in fact, like the #1 criticism that I hear about this is like, oh, NFTs are way too expensive. It's insane. What are you thinking? Do you know why we ended up there, out of curiosity?
I
You know
am
the
presuming it's something with gas fees and prices going crazy.
Well, it was gas fees and prices going crazy, but it was really this weird, interesting intersection between gas fees. So, you know, back when we first started, right? You know, everything was only based on Ethereum. We didn't have Geary yet, so there was no way to make you know, low gas purchases. So you had to buy only on Ethereum. And so when you had to buy only on Ethereum, you know, you can't really sell a $5 thing, right, and then charge $45 shipping and handling, you know, because Ethereum was like going up through the roof. Gas fees were absolutely crazy. And you were having regularly, you know, $40, $50, $60 gas fees. Okay. So, you know, we're like, okay, well, we should make sure that, you know, whatever the sort of average gas fee is to make it make sense, you know, the price of the item should probably be at least that, right? And so we started off, originally it was some Townstar stuff and some Miranda stuff. But the cost of, you know, for example, a homestead, we started out at, I think it was like $40, right? And as time went on, especially when we started getting into the Miranda's buildings and things like that, we would have these absolutely instantaneous sellouts of whatever the item is. And people in the community, and it's actually interesting to go back and look at the Discord sometimes, people in the community were like, it's selling out too quickly, make it a higher price so that, you know, I'll pay more for it. I just want to make sure that I get it. And, you know, we were even having people going and they were paying more for it on OpenSea. And I think the first time that this really hit really hard was we had these potion stands.
Why I wanted to show this was one very specific reason. I don't know if I'm sure a lot of you weren't here when my most popular video came out. This was a video on why I sold my Axes. And in this video, of course, old classies there, it was a thread, right? It was a thread was the reason I sold my Axes. The co-founder of Axie Infinity, Psych Out, went out there and pretty much said, hell, get out of our ecosystem if you think we're doing things wrong. When the real answer should have been, hey, I mean, you're one of our most vocal supporters. What can I do to help improve the experience here? What is the community saying about what we're doing? How can we improve it? Instead of doing that, they said, get out, right? And when I go to Gala Games, because I do go to Gala Games and I'm fairly critical of what they do a pretty good amount of times, right? They are always willing to listen. It's something, maybe it's the most basic PR move on the planet. I don't know what it is, but a lot of these Web3 games just fail to have that. Gala Games doesn't have that. They're very, very transparent with what they do. You know, onboarding Web2 gamers into Web3, Bitbender going off and talking about the fact that we just have to make it a Web2 game until they want to interact. Look at this. This is Poker Go. And Poker Go hosts the World Championship Series for poker. They have their logo right over here. It says Poker Go Play. I don't know if y'all see that. Top left of the screen, Poker Go Play. On the Gala ecosystem, by the way, I just leaked all of my holdings. I'm completely comfortable doing that. Poker Go Play, it's a social casino. It's in development. This is going to be a really big deal for Gala, quite frankly, and our entire space, because this is a lot of people that are about to get exposed to poker, and Poker Go Play is going to be all over it. Now, in terms of announcements, we're apparently going to get something most likely during the week. We'll see what happens there. I've been releasing a lot of content that is highly edited. Another thing that I've noticed is at 3XP, Spider Tanks is going to be there. I mean, I'm looking at Spider Tanks right now. Let me actually take off my cam here so you can see it. Bottom right of the screen. Spider Tanks is right here, and Spider Tanks is going to be on the esports arena. I think this is the first time I've ever seen a Gala game actually on the forefront of an arena. So that's pretty awesome that we're seeing that. 2023 seems like it's beginning to be that year for Web3 gaming. Another thing is in terms of distribution on a game that recently came out. It's called Grit. I've been having a lot of fun on Grit. I mean, I recommend you just check it out just to play the game. But the Gala distribution for Grit is getting close to launch. If you didn't know, we're waiting for a light paper right now to be able to see when the whole earning for Grit is going to be coming out. Apparently, it's supposed to be the top 3 players get victory points, and those victory points get converted into Gala tokens. So we'll see what ends up happening there, but we should be getting some sort of word for that by the end of this week or maybe next week. I don't know when exactly. Another really cool thing, which I don't think I showed on this channel, was this. This is a pretty damn interesting trailer, and I really want to show you all it because it's pretty sick. I'm going to go ahead and play it right now. Dawn of Fire. Yeah, that's going to be coming to Gala. Isn't that crazy? There's so many random games that we haven't even heard of that are just randomly coming back. Dawn of Fire. Yeah, we got an announcement for Dawn of Fire. Isn't that sick? Another thing is I bought my first Gala Ancient. This is an Ancient tank. This is a balancer gun with a crab body, level 30 maxed out. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why I ended up doing this. You know, spider tanks is the reason I got into Web3 gaming. And, you know, I've always been someone that I put my money where my mouth is, right? This channel is not sponsored by Gala Games at the moment. And you know, when you're all in on an ecosystem, when you're all in on an industry, you need to kind of like showcase and lead the way on what you think is going to be a leader in the space. I think Spider Tanks is a game that people are sleeping on right now. I've heard a lot of people having bad experiences because they don't really understand matchups or a bunch of different factors. The game is pretty difficult to learn. It's an esports game, but I have a pretty strong conviction that a lot of people are going to be surprised later in this year when Spider Tanks just drops some bombshells and everybody's just going to be really excited to play the game. I think Spider Tanks is awesome. I've been playing Spider Tanks pretty actively for a while. It's the reason I got into Gala in the first place, and that's my explanation. You know, it's expensive. It's an investment. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be worth it for me. So here it is, another announcement that I've got. This is the Bowtie Showdown. This already happened. This happened May 23rd. This was a Creator Cup. We had 12 creators playing in the Creator Cup. I was privileged enough to be able to host this, and these are just some of the other initiatives that I'm doing personally to be able to help Gala and our space grow, right? I've always been one to be very loyal to gaming industries and, you know, companies, et cetera, et cetera. I know what people are going to say here, but I played a lot of League of Legends. I played an absurd amount of League of Legends, in fact. I'm talking about probably more than 10,000 hours of League of Legends. People always ask me, why don't you just get on another game? Get on Terraria, get on, et cetera, et cetera. I have played those games, but by far, I've just played a lot of League of Legends, right? I love League of Legends. There's a reason I hit top rank on that game. Like, you play a lot of League of Legends. And I'm trying to repeat what I did in League of Legends with the Gala Games ecosystem. It's as simple as that. If you're trying to see the mission statement for this channel right now, at least where we are at the moment, I am trying to establish myself as someone that, for one, loves games, which I do, and just wants to see the Gala Games ecosystem succeed. You don't need to have other incentives to cover an ecosystem. Sometimes it is what it is. For people wondering where I'm getting funding right now, for the most part, I think we had a Meta Theft Auto review, which we did that one that was sponsored. And then we also, I have nodes, I have a bunch of passive income investments that I have on my own end, so I'll be okay. But if you want to support the channel, all I have to say, in the description, click the links, put your Gala accounts over there, go ahead, like and subscribe to this video. And I think this is my explanation. I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next time, stay classy, and that's all.